Hey everyone, welcome back to the Girl-Reinventing channel. I figured I would share what I'm doing with you this evening as we wrap up 2021 and head into Christmas. I am making some candles for the holidays for my friends and family. I don't sell them, but I think I probably should because everybody's been asking for them. It's a tradition that I've been doing for the past 5 years. Friends and family all get candles. We ring in the new year with a bayberry scented candle, and we celebrate Christmas Day and Christmas Eve with wassail, because I love to go and wassail around to all of my friends and family and drop off joy, cheer, and this year, crooked candles. This is the first year I'm using this label. My husband doodled when we were down the beach, the crooked. Can you see? That's his doodle. And then I framed it in one of those Photoshop applications. Oh, my cats are fighting. No, boys! Hey! So yes, that's what's new this year. So I figured I would share with you what I'm doing in the basement. I don't just work on furniture. I also pour candles from time to time, amongst other things. I'm very excited to bring in the new year. I've got so many ideas that I want to do. I'm going to be reupholstering a chair. I'm going to be fiber rushing a seat. And I'm going to share all of that with you. So stick with me, guys. Thank you for joining my channel. I've got a bunch of new subscribers. Welcome. Hello, hello. We're going to do all kinds of fun things together. So I hope you enjoy being here as much as I enjoy sharing time with you. So on we go. These are the scents from Candle Science. The wax that I use, wax chips. It's a soy blend. I get all of my products from Candle Science, including the tins. I've got 4 ounces and 6 ounces, and I also sometimes reuse some jars that I pick up along the way because I think that's also fun. Basically, it's a simple thing. All you do is you take your heat gun, you put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the tab, and you stick it right on the bottom of the canister, and then you just kind of wait for the wax. Here I have my wax. It's melting. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Ah. Back in order, people, back in order. Here I have my wax melting in this pot here. You can't quite see it, but this is a double boiler situation. I've got a little hot plate here. Very simple to make candles. The wax is melting in here. You have to get it up to about 185 degrees before you can pour in the candle aroma, the fragrance oil. So I believe that's what the temperature has to be in order for the fragrance oil to actually be able to get into the wax molecules. So I'm bringing it up to 185 degrees first. And in order to know what that is, I do use a little candy thermometer, and I stick it in just like that. And I know that it's not there yet because all of the wax isn't quite melted yet. So typically when the wax all melts down, it's just about 185 degrees. So once I get it to 185 degrees and the wax melts, I will then put in my my candle fragrance. Okay. Sometimes you have to take it out and set it down so that it doesn't get too hot, because right now it's about 190. I don't want it to get any hotter, but I still have a tiny little bit of wax in there. So I'm just going to use my metal chopstick. Can you see in there? There's just a little bit of wax right there. I don't know if you can see. Probably not. You're probably like, yeah, no, I can't see. Anyway, there's just a teeny tiny little nub of wax left in there. I'm going to use my metal chopstick. Actually, this is my daughter's metal chopstick. She doesn't know I'm using it. I'm going to have to clean it off really good when I'm done. Just gonna swirl this around, swirl this around, swirl this around. It's almost ready to go. I'm gonna leave my water, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit so that it doesn't overboil. But I'm gonna keep that going because I'm gonna just do multiple batches here of the same fragrance. That way I don't have to clean out my canister, this wax canister. I don't have to clean that out in between. If I'm using the same fragrance, you just keep putting wax in. I'll wipe it out, but I won't have to totally clean it out in between. All right, all of the wax is melted. We're right at 185 degrees. I'm gonna pour in my fragrance just like this. Got a little measuring cup. 25 cc's in this because the wax is a little heavy. The fragrance is a little heavy, equals 1 ounce. So they say in order to do this the right way that you have to swirl it back and forth, like not vigorously. You just have to mix it gently back and forth until all of that fragrance oil is incorporated into the wax. Until you can't really see too many swirls much anymore. So that looks good to me. Now I'm just gonna let this sit off onto the side here and let it cool down to 135 degrees. And then I will pour it into my containers. So I will keep an eye on this and I will come right back when that is time to go. Okay, you guys, here we go. Wrapping these candles up. Whoopsie. Oh my gosh, I keep shaking. Oh, no, there's no earthquake here in New Jersey. It's just me and my camera skills. All right, let me move that down a little bit and hopefully I won't hit the leg of the tripod because I'm so clumsy. Okay. So the wax is just about 135 degrees. It's like 140, but that's okay. I want to get to it. I'm going to cut a little corner here. I've never had an issue with the wax not pouring right. So I'm going to take the candy thermometer out. I'm going to wipe it back, put it off to the side. Now, this is interesting. I can't figure this part out. I don't know, maybe if you're a math people, you can try to help me figure this out. Doesn't make any sense. It's not a numbers thing. So a pound of wax goes in to begin with. 1 pound of wax, 1 ounce of fragrance oil. So essentially that's 1 pound and 1 ounce, 17 ounces total of fluid. These are 6 ounces, okay? And so 6 and 6 is 12. This is a 4 ounce plus 4 is 16. But for some reason, it fills up another 4 ounce one. So let's do this together because it's like magic. I don't know where the extra fluid comes from, but I swear it's there. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my canister and I'm just gonna pour. Now you have to look down and see because the wax is clear. I don't put any coloring in my wax because I just like it natural. I just like it the color of the soy. So I'm going to fill these guys up first. Fill it right up to the rim. And now I'm going to go for the 4 ouncers. I'm going to fill this guy up. Now right now, I shouldn't have any more wax left because that's 16 ounces, but I still have a whole bunch of wax left. It fills up a whole nother one. And I measure out precisely. I've got a digital scale right in front of me right now. That's what I use to measure my wax. So I still, even after the 20 ounces, I still have wax left. So I'm just going to go through and top everybody off. I'm going to push it right to the edge here, right to the absolute edge. So please, guys, in the comments, leave me a comment and try to explain this science equation out because I can't figure it out. I'm not complaining. I feel like I'm getting extra. I feel like I'm getting more than what I bought or more than I bargained for here. But look, That's it. Now all the wax is gone, and that's 20 ounces. How did 17 ounces turn into 20? I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of compressed, who knows? Maybe the wax spreads out in heat. Could that be it? I don't know. I can't wait to hear what your answers are, because I can't figure it out. I'm sure some smart sciencey person will be able to figure it out and explain that to me. But I'm going to leave these off to the side and let them cool. That's what you do. You have to let them cool overnight. So I'm going to just replace those ones in the back with these fresh ones like this. And like that. And now you could go ahead and buy fancy wick holders to keep them in place. I'm using popsicle sticks. They're cheap. I use them to refinish my furniture anyway. I have them on hand usually always. So you just want to put something on top of your canister to kind of keep your wick straight. You don't want your wick all wonky in there, because when it goes to burn, it'll burn on the slant. You don't want it to do that. If it's bent a little bit, you can straighten it. And then I usually figure out which way it's leaning and put my popsicle stick to go against the lean so that it keeps the wick straight. And that is it for the pouring process. Now, you should let them dry overnight. This has been drying for probably about, I want to say, 5 or 6 hours now. If I stick my finger in that, it's going to go all the way through. They have to dry overnight. But what I want to show you is, I want to wrap it up for you, and I want to show you what the finished product looks like with these really nice canisters from Candle Science. So we'll do that right now after I go and get my scissors. I don't know where they are. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. So here's my 6-ounce candle. I'm going to trim the wick just above the canister. You should trim it about 1/4 of an inch. I'm kind of pressing my luck right now because the candle's not completely dry, so I ran the risk of kind of moving that wick on the inside there, but it looks okay to me. So that, you trim your wick, and then you put your top on. Now, in the past years, I've had just plain old white labels that I would get from Staples, like the Avery brand, and then I would just hand write on there what kind of fragrance is in the candle. In the past, you know, I've done all kinds of fragrances. This one is the Cypress and Bayberry, so I will, on the top here, I have a circle. I'm going to write in the name of the fragrance that I have in here, Cypress and Bayberry. But I thought that was really cute. We have our own little candle label now. Now, in addition to that, you can also buy from Candle Science these very professional warning labels that they recommend that you put on the back of all of your candles so that you can keep people safe. You know, warning, danger, danger. Don't let your candles burn unattended more than 4 hours. Keep them level, yada, yada, yada. Burn it within sight. The typical warning label that you get when you buy a candle. That way everybody's been warned. So I just put one right on the bottom. And that is it, guys. Voila! Crooked Finger Farm Candles. Brought to you by the Girl-Reinventing channel. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. I didn't want to leave this year without spending a little bit of time with you. Things were getting away from me. Time was getting away from me. Work and wrapping and presents and all kinds of stuff. I do have another video that I wanted to put up, but I'm not going to get to it before Christmas Day. Maybe I'll get to it before the new year. Maybe. I'll make that my goal because it was a cute little video. But today I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you and show you how I make my candles in the basement studio. So thanks for joining me, guys. And I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa that's coming up. Oh, and the very, very best, Happy Festivus. Peace.